Hello and welcome to Shaw Spotlight's coverage of the 2019 Fall Fair Parade. We're your hosts, Nancy Wilmot and...
I'm Brent Ronning.
And Brent, you love a parade, don't you?
I love a parade.
And you know, one of the best things about a parade is, well, it's really the best thing about most of the events in this town, it's all volunteer run.
There's volunteers everywhere.
And you know, before the parade starts, Brent and I have the pleasure of walking the parade. It's not the parade route. What is it? It's the parade staging.
Marshalling route. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get to see most of the floats, all of the floats, and meet some of these most amazing volunteers who have worked so hard to get ready for today.
It's really inspiring.
It is inspiring. And what do you think, Brent? We should take our seats because they're going to start soon.
It's starting.
Right on. Here we go, you guys.
Well, Brent, the parade is starting, coming to you directly from the unceded traditional territories of the Hoopachesit and Tashot First Nation. And of course, the parade is being led by the West Coast Highlanders Pipe Band.
And they are celebrating their 29th year in Port Alberni. The band was formed in 1990. It's been a fixture in local and Central Island parades and special events ever since. They've competed all over the province. Their travels have taken them as far afield as Abashiri in Japan for the twinning celebrations.
It wouldn't be a parade without the Highlander Pipe Band. Oh, and immediately behind them, we have Royal Canadian Legion branch number 293, color party being led by Bill Grunewald, followed by Tim Murphy. And you know what? I believe we should stand for this. Proud members of the Royal Canadian Legion, the Legion, of course, accepting non-veterans now as members.
That's good to know, Nancy. Do you know the original Legion on 4th Avenue has been there since it was there from 1926?
I do want to point out that the crowd is erupting in applause. I don't know if you can hear it
Yeah,
from our
everybody's
cameras, but there's a
applauding.
lot of applause. Some proud Legion members, of course, choosing not to walk the route, and who can blame them? The handy dart, of course, there to pick up any strike. If you need a lift, if you can't quite make the route, they're there. But, you know, our Legion Color Party walked the entire route. Oh, and here we have the Freemasons van, Masonic Volunteer Driver Program, in partnership with the Canadian Cancer Society, providing free transportation to anybody who needs to travel for cancer treatment. Ho, ho, ho. Here's our favorite camel.
Oh, it's Jezebel.
Of course it is. Who else would it be? She never seems to get tired.
No, she just keeps going. She doesn't change year to year either.
No, doesn't change, doesn't seem to age at all.
No.
Look at those eyelashes.
It's so great that they come to the valley every year with Jezebel.
It is. Jezebel, of course, part of the Parksville Qualicum Shriners Club, branch number 34.
And it has a few members in Port Alberni as well.
They do. They absolutely do. Many people travel over the hump to be part of this club. And did you know all Shriners are Freemasons? Oh, there is a Jezebel's taxi, just in case she does get tired. And here we have, I do believe, there must be an election coming up. This is the Byron Horner Conservative float.
Is that it? And he's out with a boat.
He's out with a boat. Byron Horner, of course. Byron Horner, of course, the Conservative nominee for the upcoming federal election.
Thank you.
And here we have the Co-op fuel truck. Co-op has been in the valley for, oh, so many years. The Alberni District Co-op with 3 locations now to serve you: Beaver Creek Road, Johnson Road, and on 10th Avenue. Oh, look at this, the wonderful float showing youngsters camping, enjoying the Alberni Valley. Oh, with a gas fireplace. Of course they have a gas fireplace. Alberni District Co-op serving the Alberni Valley for decades. Oh, there's the Fall Fair car.
Truck.
There it
there's
is.
the car.
There it is, the Fall Fair car. If you haven't got your ticket, well, it's too late by the time you see this. Fall Fair Chairman Mitch Gardner, one of the busiest guys in the Alberni Valley. Oh, Kinsman President Jason Ferguson with his beautiful family. Hey guys! Jason knows how to rock it out, hey? I've got to say, the Kinsman Club is doing a great job attracting younger members. If you want to be part of this great group, give them a call. They'd love to hear from you.
Nancy's fans are also in the parade.
Nancy's fan? Well, I don't know. I think I'm their fan. Kinsman Club serving the community's greatest needs. And of course, the Kinsman Club is a huge part of the Alberni District Fall Fair every year.
Now, are these the 4-H ambassadors?
I think they must be the 4-H ambassadors.
Mm-hmm.
4-H Club, of course, always a large presence at the Fall Fair. I love going through the barns. Yay, 4-H. Wonderful youth organization, teaches young people about so much more than animal husbandry. Teaches them how to work in the world stage, how to make a difference. Now, I do believe, is this the Tushok First Nation branch?
Yes. And so they've got one of their canoes with them. Since the formation of the Tushok canoe family in 2016, the canoe family has engulfed and dedicated themselves to represent Tushok to the best of their abilities, from singing and dancing to volunteer work, bringing back to life the usage of their traditional highways, the rivers and oceans up and down the northwest coast. They have 3 canoes, 2 fiberglass and 1 cedar dugout in the community, and a 4th one undergoing repair work for this year's Tribal Journeys 2020 paddle to Nanaimo.
And these canoes are beautiful.
And this one's called Inish A'a. And there's a sea serpent on the side with lightning striking it, Klikliha.
Now, because it is election season, we do have another candidate, Gord Johns, walking the route. Gord Johns, of course, the NDP candidate for Courtenay Alberni. Like Byron Horner, Gord has a booth at the Fall Fair. Showing up great in orange.
And that, you really know that there's NDP people walking towards you with all that orange.
Absolutely. Not that we necessarily vote by color, but it's good to have some identifying factors. We've got bicycles, we've got walkers, we've got hugs.
Yeah, come up there. Have fun, everyone. See you out there.
Now, I do believe this is motocross.
Do you think that's motocross?
I do believe this is global FMX motocross with 4 riders. Now, number 4 is fairly small. Motocross, of course, a sport for the whole family, as is being shown right here.
Oh my goodness, that's adorable, though.
Immediately behind them, we have the Alberni Valley Community Band. Now, do you know the Alberni Valley Community Band almost disbanded, but they are looking for and hoping for new members. If you have a baritone, if you have a bassoon in your basement and you haven't played it since you left high school, you better get in contact with these people because they would love to meet you. Stop by EJ Dunn is it Wednesday evening? Wednesday evening from 7 to 9.
And thanks to Industrial Heritage Society for shepherding them safely down the streets today.
And here we have a sea of yellow and black. This is a Beta Sigma Phi sorority. They've been in Port Alberni for 62 years, and there are actually 7 chapters of sorority in Port Alberni. Their motto is life, learning, and friendship. Now, I don't know if you can see this beautiful little yellow car. Dorothy Larson has got the ride of a lifetime here. Dorothy has been in Beta Sigma Phi for 62 years. Sweetest ride in the whole parade, a little yellow T-bird.
I think they call it Tweety, don't they?
Perhaps they do. I'd say this is rider number 5 on the BMX.
And here comes the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army continues to give hope today to the Alberni Valley through their kids programs, church services, food support, advocacy, disaster relief, their thrift store, and so much more.
They were, of course, led by Captain Michael Ramsey. And you know, the Youth Corps is being brought back in a very big way. If you have a young person in your house that you think might like to get involved, give them a call. Lots of fun activities, lots of learning about citizenship and giving back. Salvation Army, of course, has become a staple on Argyle Street. Oh, who's this panda? I don't know who this panda is. I have no information on the panda, but she's very friendly. Coming up, we've got Stage West School of Performing Arts, and they've got the performance team.
So Stage West School of Performing Arts provides training in ballet, jazz, tap, hip-hop, and contemporary styles of dance to dancers aged 3 to adult.
And I cannot believe they are dancing the route. This group of young people are very dedicated. There are dancers between the ages of 9 and 18 dancing this route. I think I would be worn out by this time, but they're not. The best way to get involved with Stage West is to send them an email, stagewestdance@gmail.com. Stage West, of course, open for both boys and girls. I think we just have girls in this group today, but my goodness, look at the energy. Oh, and here we have the Beaver Creek Community Club. Oh my gosh, this group has been around for 70 years. They've recently upgraded their playground and basketball court and their ball fields.
Yeah, they have 84 members. A lot of fun events every year. Halloween event for kids, monthly potlucks. They keep things rocking out in Beaver Creek. And check out their Facebook page.
And you do not have to be a creeker to join them. I asked them who they are. They said, we're a whole bunch of crazies. So if you want to have fun with a whole bunch of crazies, check out their Facebook page and join them, no matter where you're from in town. Oh, I see Tartan. This must be the Mackenzie School of Dance and the Art of Dance. Now, the Art of Dance was their theme for the year-end show that was completed in the spring. But it was such a fabulous theme.
Year?
Okay, they've got basset hounds.
The
basset hounds in tutus. Okay, that steals the show. I'm sorry, Patty Mackenzie. The dogs in tutus steal the show. Mackenzie School of Dance, of course, offers instruction in all sorts of dance, but they're famous for their Highland dance. A staple of the Alberni Valley. And dogs in tutus.
That wins.
It totally wins. Okay, this next group doesn't even need an introduction for us. Everybody knows who they are. Everybody knows what they are. This is the Alberni Valley Toy Run, Port Alberni Toy Run, raised well over $1 million for the kids of the Alberni Valley.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas to you too, Dave Richard. In fact, there's Santa Claus, of course, on the float. Port Alberni Toy Run coming up. There are 3 big weekends every year in the fall in Port Alberni. Salmon Festival last weekend, Full Fair this weekend, and Toy Run next weekend. There's Santa Claus himself, not on a bike anymore. He's riding in a sleigh. He's riding on a float. This is a group of people that really knows how to have fun and totally knows how to raise money. $1 million and counting.
Wow.
Wow is right. This is Above and Beyond Arborist Tree Services. They've been around. I stopped and talked to them because their local manager is Chad Willis, who has been cutting trees, working as an arborist in the valley for years. But Above and Beyond has only been in the Alberni Valley since June. Now, they've been in business for 15 years. Have you ever seen one of these guys up in a tree?
I haven't.
Oh
But now
my
I'm
gosh.
interested.
It is got to be one of the scariest, most dangerous jobs that there is. These guys take down a tree. If you got one of those scary trees looming over your garage or your house, this is who you call. Above and Beyond Tree Service, 250-897-5254, certified arborists.
And then what is that's an intimidator.
Okay. Yes, the intimidator chops the trees up, spits it out as like bark mulch.
Well, I'm intimidated.
It is intimidating when you see a big old tree go in there. Holy cow.
Here we come up to Elite Dance Academy. They're celebrating 5 years in the Alberni Valley with dance classes offered in ballet, tap, jazz, hip-hop, modern, contemporary, and acro. I don't know what acro is.
I don't know, but did you know they also offer art lessons? It's
Oh.
incredible. They're just spreading out everything. And I want to point out, these dancers are dancing to an 80s theme. I kind of lived through this, so I kind of recognize all these neon colors. And again, a group of dancers that still have so much energy almost at the end of the parade route. It's so impressive.
They've been doing this all the way up 10th Avenue.
All the way up 10th Avenue. And, you know, we are so lucky in the Alberni Valley to have so many good dance schools. Such good training for young people, boys and girls. Again, it's all girls in this group, but they all accept boys as well. Oh, okay, so this may be a very unimposing little van coming up, but let me tell you, this is the Explore Port Alberni group. These are volunteers in a group initiated by the Chamber of Commerce. All you have to do is go to Facebook, go to any social media, type in hashtag Explore Port Alberni, and you'll see what they've been doing all summer long. Tweeting and posting about some of the best kept secrets in the Alberni Valley, hikes and events and spectacular parts of our community. Oh, okay, here. You've got to know about this, Brent, because this is the ADSS cheer team. Now, this team is a huge part of Spirit at ADSS. They perform at all the home Senior Boys Armada basketball games, at community events. But you've got to know, this is the first performance for a lot of these girls. They're going to jump.
They just started school this week.
I know, and some of them just joined the team. They're going to throw them up in the air. Do you think it's the first timers that are getting thrown? Oh my gosh, what if it's the first timers catching?
You have your first aid, don't you, Nancy?
Maybe.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. The ADSS cheer team this year has 26 members, accepting both boys and girls. This year it is all girls, but they certainly accept boys. They have so much fun, and don't let anybody tell you this isn't athleticism. This is totally athleticism. And once again, you've got a group that is not just walking the route, but performing all the way along with so much energy. The Alberni cheer team makes us all proud.
They're wonderful.
Oh, and here we have, this is Miles Roadkill. Somewhere he's got an assistant named Big Block. Now this has got to be one of the most amazing costumes I've seen. Miles Roadkill is skateboarding in support of the Thunder in the Valley Alberni Valley Drag Race Association. We'll see him again. I think he's coming back. Pretty cool.
Are we coming up to the Aerosmith Station Star Trek fan club?
It could be. I'm not 100% sure. The truck in front. Oh, it's the Alberni District Labor Council. Alberni District Labor Council, of course, always a large presence at public events. But immediately behind them, we do have the Starfleet Aerosmith Station Star Trek fan club coming. Wonderful costumes, amazing costumes. A group of people that really knows how to have fun. Live long and prosper. Kind of sums it all up.
That's one happy Klingon.
You never saw a Klingon grin before like that. He is happy. He's loving it. Great group of people who have a lot of fun and actually do a lot of charity work in the valley too.
Mm-hmm.
Now here we have the Alberni Valley Drag Race Association, a group of people that are committed to bringing back quarter-mile drag racing in the Alberni Valley.
I think we have 17 vehicles in their procession.
Now
Plus the ones that are towing them.
Plus the ones that are towing them. Now you will notice that a lot of these folks are wearing Thunder in the Valley 2019 t-shirts. And you know, if you want to support this group financially, a good way to do it is to check out their website, which is albernidragracing.com. Contact them and order a t-shirt. Again, another group that really knows how to have fun, that is passionate about their hobby. I never even know what to say about the cars when they go by, Brent, so I'm just going to let the engines speak for themselves. You can see many of the vehicles modified for racing, of course. group of people that are so proud of their vehicles.
Do you know, we have Scott Fraser, our MLA, walking with Mayor and Council. He's been our representative here since 2005 and represents our riding of Mid-Island
Represents
Pacific
our
Rim.
riding. And he's with two of our council members, Helen Poon and Deb Haggard. And yet more vehicles from the Alberni Valley Drag Racing Association. Lots of smiles from this group today. They're happy to be out on the street with their vehicles.
My car has smoke like that coming off of it too, but it's not on purpose.
I've ridden in your car, Brent. Yeah, there is, maybe there is smoke coming out of it. Now you will notice on these vehicles that they use to race, there's lots of sponsors. Again, it's a community effort to put on events like Thunder in the Valley to get behind the racers.
Do you know the Alberni Valley Drag Association has been in place since 2001? And
Really?
it's provided a safe, fun family event, creating economic value to the community while supporting local nonprofit organizations. And they're working hard to solve the challenges and hold the event in 2020.
Oh, and coming up immediately behind the Alberni Valley Drag Racing Association is Drew Anderson, driving a 1968 rebuilt golf cart that was owned by Evelyn Sturzacker. Now, you won't believe what he's pulling. This little boat that Drew is pulling was won at the 1959 Fall Fair. That's 60 years ago it was won. Mabel Anderson, former mayor of Port Alberni, purchased it. It's been in the family ever since. And it still runs, they're still using it.
And they're restoring it.
And they're restoring it. This
I
is
think it's
quite
her grandson
amazing.
is going to restore it.
And here we have Wayne Crawley driving his restored Shamrock logging truck. Wouldn't be a parade without Wayne in it. And Soupy Campbell in one of his many beautifully restored vehicles. And I believe Mr. David Hooper is going to take over from here. Thanks, David.
Thank you, Nancy. That's Soup Campbell in his Ford Model AA flat deck with his dad's lumber company name on the door, like the phone number. Okay, this is just fresh off of the second time off of the assembly line. There's Dee Green in there. And yeah, the baby Euclid. Yeah, that was a piece of junk about 3 months ago. This here is a Marmon. This is sort of like the Rolls Royce of trucks. They only made 100 of them a year. Make them in Texas. Yep, and there is Ted Mollett and his grandson driving, but I assume it's Ted driving. Yeah, that belongs to Scott Robinson. That is very collectible. Yeah, they don't make them anymore. The factory shut down 20 years ago. Okay, this is visitors from Duncan Forest Museum, Forest Discovery Center. That's Ron Cook, one of the main locomotive engineer. He's driving it. He came up to pay us a visit. That's a 1931 Ford Model A from the Forest Service. Now, this coming into view was given to us as a big heap of rust 13 months ago. And now it looks, it's got a second life going on here. That's what the guys can do at the Industrial Heritage Center. That worked all its life out on the West Coast. There's Joel Larson in the pilot seat, and that's Cliff West driving. Tracy West did the lettering on the door for us. He does such a great job for us. This is a water tanker truck. It used to be in the city firefighting fleet. That's its first parade, actually. And now here we are, the Tractor Club, and it's back to Nancy.
David, thank you so much. The Industrial Heritage Society. We wouldn't know what to say without you.
I'm a late entry. I'm John Mackay. I'm originally from Nanaimo, BC, and I do the parades all the time up there.
So good to meet you, John. Take care. Oh, who do we have? So we've got the Vintage Tractor Club coming by with an awful lot of tractors. I see a John Deere. These are also beautifully restored. I wish I could do them justice by understanding more about what year they're from. I'm sorry, guys. All I can say is that you've done a beautiful job. I grew up on a farm. I never, ever saw a tractor looking this good. Well, maybe that little Waterloo. I might have seen a tractor looking that good.
I've never seen a Waterloo before.
That's a lovely, small little tractor. Here we've got a John Deere carrying a Stanwood trucking banner from Nanaimo. Do you think it's a good guess that's Stanwood driving?
I'm guessing.
Maybe. I hope I've got it right, Stan. Coming up, we've got a little gray and red Ford. The Vintage Tractor Club. There's hours and hours put into restoring these, maintaining them, keeping them in running order. Another John Deere. It is a sea of green, generally. John Deere diesel tractor.
I'm always in awe of your knowledge of tractors, Nancy. I'm not worthy.
You make me laugh. These are beautiful. John Deere, of course, a staple across the prairies. Open flywheel. I grew up on a farm. You stay away from the open flywheel. That's what I know. Look at this one.
Wow.
Look at that tight little turning circle. That is just a beautiful thing. John Deere, general purpose. They're quite extraordinary. There you go. Go green. Woo. Now let me tell you, growing up on a farm, the most fun thing to do is to get to ride on the tractor with your dad. Sometimes if you're very lucky, they'd like to sit on the fender.
Aww.
Here we have a diesel John Deere 820. A little bit of mud on those wheels. You know these tractors do a bit of work. Kind of demonstration work, but work nonetheless. So I want to point out that when power steering was so new, they had to put it on the side of a machine to let you know there was power steering instead of direct steering. There is a tractor pull competition down at the fairgrounds. Some of these big boys are working down there. Pretty impressive. Oh, and here we have a little Massey Harris that is at the other end of the spectrum, not quite fully restored yet, but certainly operational. Oh, and number 41, DBL Disposal Services. This is a family-owned and operated business. I always appreciate it when businesses take the time to come in the parade to wash their vehicles. I want to say they're shiny. They may not be floats, but they're pretty polished up. Holy cow.
They clean up real nice.
They do clean up real nice.
I think we're coming out to the Sprout Lake Volunteer Fire Department.
Oh, but before that, I do believe we're getting one of the busiest ladies
it is.
in the parade. We have Christy Salter. This is the parade marshal, one of the busiest women. I can't tell you how much we appreciate her. And I can't tell you how much the Kinsmen would like you to volunteer and help everybody out next year. Oh, but here it is, Sprout Lake Fire Department. This is Mabel, I believe. Mabes.
It is Mabel. 1943.
At a
Front
time when
mount pump.
At a time when the Sprout Lake Fire Department proudly billed itself as the smallest department in Canada, I think, or in North America.
Really?
Yeah, they really did.
So we should note that Mabel is used for ceremonial and display purposes only.
but she's pretty darn cute.
She really is.
And of course, these are the working trucks from the Sproat Lake Fire Department. Very active fire department. Volunteer fire department.
Oh, engine 49. That's from 2019, actually. It's an E1 Typhoon cab. 400 horsepower.
Holy.
It's got a custom-built cab and chassis.
Beautiful, and you can tell the fire department's by colors. Sproat Lake has the white trucks. Here is Cherry Creek Volunteer Fire Department with the red trucks. Cherry Creek Fire Department, of course, another one of our volunteer departments here, all of which have a mutual aid agreement with the city. So if you're in trouble, if there's a big fire, they'll all come on out. Responding to fires and car accidents, motor vehicle accidents, and emergencies. Something about a classic red fire truck that I just love.
It's beautiful.
Proudly serving their community since 1962. And here, the green is Beaver Creek Fire Department. Yet another volunteer fire department. Fire and rescue.
Gotta get the hard workers some
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you. We got some candy. That's the first candy we've gotten. Brent, I do believe that is the end of this year's Fall Fair Parade. It was wonderful working with you.
It was fun. Once again, Nancy, thank you for having me. That was wonderful. Port Alberni at its best.
It really is at its best with so many families, so many folks out on the route enjoying the parade, enjoying the efforts of all of these volunteers.
Well done, PA.
Well done, Port Alberni. And you know, while we're talking about volunteers, I should point out that Shaw Spotlight relies on volunteers as well. Gerald Labute, who for 20 years has been operating cameras and occasionally directing parades like this, and our own Brent Ronnie. Brent, thank you so much.
Thanks. It's always fun, Nancy.